The nation's cranberry growers are on pace for a huge crop this year, 11 million barrels. About half of that production comes from just one state. Wisconsin is projecting a record 5 million barrel crop. AgDay national reporter Tyne Morgan tells us a big crop is good for consumers, but presents pricing challenges for growers.
Deep red berries are a signature for Wisconsin growers who produce more than half of all the country's cranberries each year. Just like many farmers across the U.S., Wisconsin grower Mike Genevico had to battle Mother Nature this year with very little rain. That meant extra costs for irrigation, but easier for management.
A really wet year is a lot harder. Cranberries are grown sometimes below the water table or right at the water table. So if a really, really wet year is actually a lot harder to get rid of the water than a dry year. So yes, it is a little bit more work, but from the plant standpoint, we can control it. So that is nice.
You may notice a lot of green, which is presenting another wave of challenges this year. Genevico says they haven't experienced a lot of cool nights this fall to help ripen the berries.
It really doesn't cause a huge problem right now, other than it's going to maybe make our harvest time be a lot shorter.
Despite the uncooperative weather, Genevico says you're looking at a record-breaking crop.
This year was a good production year. Last year was a very similar. So we had a bunch of acres come in from Canada now. So combined with new acres, and we've planted a lot of new hybrids. We've renovated new old beds with new vines, and our supplies have gone up and up.
While additional acres and exceptional yields is good for the cranberry industry, it means farmers are having to sacrifice price.
Getting the product sold is probably the biggest challenge we have right now. The international market is probably where we're turning to a lot right now.
He says 95% of the cranberries will be turned into processed products like juice or dried fruit for cereal bars, which is another booming market. So just how do they harvest these berries? Well, it involves a lot of water.
Overnight, we'll flood water into that bed. We'll get about 8 to 10 inches of water in there. And then that next day, we'll go in with a machine that will go in and it'll knock the berries loose, because a berry, if you break a berry open, it has 4 air pockets in it and it wants to float. So you'll go in and you'll knock the berries off the vine so that they float.
The next day, they'll raise the water another couple feet, then corral the berries and send them to a receiving station. A record crop in a year that's been one wild ride. Reporting from Oakdale, Wisconsin, I'm Tyne Morgan for AgDay.